WTOL 11, U.S. House Representative Marjorie Taylor Greene is stepping down, sparking a fiery response from President Trump. Plus, what he's saying about a potential end to the war in Ukraine. A full day of holiday cheer across the region, from local pop-up shops to Grand Rapids Christmas House. We'll take you through all the holiday celebrations. And holiday shoppers are packing stores, and storms may pack travel plans. What to expect heading into Thanksgiving week. Well, welcome into WTOL 11 News here on Plus. I'm Michael Sandlin. Thank you so much for joining us on your Saturday evening. We'll get to all of our top stories in just a moment, but first, let's send it over to meteorologist John Birchfield. John, it's been good to see the sun again today, but are we going to see that for the rest of the weekend?
Yeah, Michael, there is going to be more sunshine tomorrow, and it's actually going to be a little milder with those high temperatures climbing up into the 50s. Some cloud cover is likely in the morning, but increasing sunshine is expected for your Sunday afternoon. Over the course of your Saturday evening, temperatures have been falling back into the upper 30s, right around 40 degrees in the Toledo metro, and there is actually a weak front that is moving through the area, sparking a few isolated sprinkles across portions of central Michigan. Although due to how low the humidity is and how dry the air is, I'm not expecting any widespread precip. There is going to be a little more cloud cover starting off the day between about 8 to 10 a.m. Partly cloudy skies, but that is quickly going to give way to a bright and sunny afternoon with those highs climbing up into the 50s. Sunday, mostly sunny conditions, high 52. A little bit of a breeze behind that front with west-northwest winds between about 10 to 20 miles per hour. Now, the sunshine is expected to continue into the start of the upcoming week. Monday is going to be in the 50s with some sun, although our next storm system is going to be rolling in on Tuesday, and that's going to bring some impacts to early holiday travel. I'm going to look ahead to the hour-by-hour timing coming up in just a bit, Michael.
All right, John, we'll see you then. U.S. Marshals are looking for a man wanted in Toledo, Perrysburg, and Northwood. Authorities are seeking information on the whereabouts of Alec Castillo, who is known to visit the Toledo and Perrysburg areas. The Northern Ohio Violent Fugitive Task Force says the 31-year-old is wanted for robbery in Toledo, assault in Perrysburg, and multiple traffic warrants in Northwood. Castillo is 6'1" and weighs around 180 pounds. The task force is asking for anyone with information to contact and send a tip at 1-866-4-WANTED. Tipsters can remain anonymous and reward money is available. New at 6, reaction continues to come in after a police officer from Blendon Township near the Columbus area was acquitted of all charges after fatally shooting a woman. Officer Connor Grubb was found not guilty yesterday on all 6 counts tied to the fatal shooting of Takia Young on August 24, 2023. Young was shot and killed in a Kroger parking lot after she allegedly stole from the store. She was pregnant at the time of her death. Just hours ago, a rally was held demanding justice for Young. The rally was organized by the activist group Party for Socialism and Liberation. Participants say they're calling for a change in response to police violence.
Yeah, I'm disappointed but not surprised, unfortunately. Like I said, this has been going on for such a long time. Obviously, you do have a little bit of hope that, justice would be served. But even in the case, if he was found guilty, that's still not justice because this is a systemic issue.
Miss Young, I do not think was a bad person. Miss Young was a 21-year-old woman who made a series of bad choices, escalated, that resulted in our officer discharging a weapon. We are very happy that our officer was acquitted and found justified.
Right now, the family of Takia Young is preparing for the civil lawsuit against Connor Grubb. A day after Georgia Republican Representative Marjorie Taylor Greene announced plans to resign, the president is again calling her a traitor. This comes as the president says the war between Russia and Ukraine must end one way or another. Willie James Inman has the latest.
A day after Republican Representative Marjorie Taylor Greene announced her plans to resign, President Trump took aim at the Georgia Congresswoman.
I just disagreed with her philosophy. She started backing perhaps the worst Republican congressman in our history, this stupid person named Massey. And I said, go your own way.
The president once again called Greene a traitor in a Saturday morning social media post. Greene says she will step down in January.
I have too much self-respect and dignity. I love my family way too much, and I do not want my sweet district to have to endure a hurtful and hateful primary against me by the president that we all fought for.
Greene had been a devoted Trump follower, but parted ways with the president in recent months as she pushed for the Justice Department to release the Jeffrey Epstein files. The Georgia Republican says she has faced threats after the president's sharp criticism last week. In a social media post on Saturday morning, Green told her followers, "There are no leaders that will save this country, but you, the American people, can." Also on Saturday, President Trump said the U.S. proposed peace deal to end the Russia-Ukraine war is not a final offer.
I would like to get the peace. It should have happened a long time ago. The Ukraine war with Russia should have never happened. If I were president, it never would have happened. We're trying to get it ended. One way or the other, we have to get it ended.
The 28-point plan would require Ukraine to give up its eastern Donbas region and Crimea and forego NATO membership. U.S., Ukrainian, and European officials will meet in Switzerland to discuss the proposal. Willie James Inman, CBS News, Washington.
On the 62nd anniversary of the assassination of President John F. Kennedy, his granddaughter has revealed she has been diagnosed with terminal cancer. In an essay in The New Yorker, 35-year-old Tatiana Schlossberg wrote that she was diagnosed last year with acute myeloid leukemia with a rare mutation known as inversion 3. Doctors discovered the cancer shortly after she gave birth last year. Schlossberg wrote about the grueling treatment process, including 2 bone marrow transplants and chemotherapy. She says doctors told her she now has less than a year to live. Schlossberg also alluded to her family's history of tragedy, writing, quote, "Now I have added a new tragedy to her life, to our family's life, and there's nothing I can do to stop it." Back here in the Glass City, for the second year in a row, the Naomi Holiday Pop-Up Shop fundraiser brought Christmas cheer with crafts, clothes, sweet treats, and more. The pop-up shop brought over 20 vendors to the Friendship Baptist Church on Nebraska Avenue to help people get their Christmas shopping done. It's all an effort to help the Naomi Residential Treatment Center, a rehabilitation center for women recovering from addiction. They currently house 15 to 20 women in the house to help them get back on their feet.
We have like over 20 vendors who came out, small business vendors, just to show their business. All proceeds go to Naomi for the functioning and running of Naomi Transitional House. We help change people's lives in the community. We help people know that God can change your life. So we're here for the women.
The shop continues tomorrow from 11 to 2 at the Friendship Baptist Church. The town of Grand Rapids is decking the halls for their Christmas open house this weekend. The annual event has been going on for 25 years now and brings a weekend full of holiday festivities like carriage rides, ice sculpting demonstrations, live reindeer, and much more.
We have strolling musicians and barbershop quartets and a cappella groups and musicians and duos and acoustics. We have entertainment going every hour, shops and restaurants all open and ready to help you get in the holiday spirit here.
If you want to get in the holiday spirit, festivities continue tomorrow from 11 to 5. Divorce rates are dropping for younger couples in America, but for those over 50, they've doubled in the last few decades. It's a quiet social shift with big ripple effects, changing how people age, manage money, and build new relationships later in life. It's called gray divorce. And this week on Leading Edge, Jeff Smith is working to understand why so many are parting ways after long marriages.
We know that if you make it to age 65, you can expect to live another 20 years. And simply put, I would say that's a long time to spend with someone if you're not that into them anymore.
Leading Edge drops Sunday morning at 8:30 on WTOL 11. President Donald Trump says consumers are seeing relief at the grocery store, claiming retailers are offering cheaper Thanksgiving meals compared to the prices during the Biden administration. But are shoppers here in Toledo actually feeling the difference? Dominique O'Neill joins us in studio now. Dom, you spoke with customers at a South Toledo market to get their reaction. What did they tell you?
Well, Michael, while national leaders point to signs of some progress, many shoppers I talked to at Monette's Market say their grocery bills are still stretching their budgets. I called up with some shoppers about what they're paying at the checkout line. They say the last couple of months, things like beef and chicken in particular have been sky high, and they disagree with the president's claims, saying maybe some prices have dropped, but overall the prices on their pre-Thanksgiving grocery cart items remain high.
Everything is expensive. Meat is more expensive. Well, I've been spending more all year long, so I'm kind of, prepared to just spend a little bit more as we march toward the holidays.
Coming up at 11, we hear from Monette's Market's store manager about the difference in prices from this year to last year. Reporting in studio, Dominique O'Neill, WTOL 11 Plus.
All right, thank you, Dom. Well, shoppers may not enjoy the prices. The National Retail Foundation expects a record number of people to spend the upcoming weekend shopping. Now, according to the NRF, nearly 187 million people will be shopping from Thanksgiving through Cyber Monday. That's an increase of 3 million shoppers from last year, which was the previous record. Now, according to the survey, Black Friday and Cyber Monday will be the top shopping days. No surprise there. The top 3 items on people's list: clothing and accessories, gift cards, and toys. 2 possible winter storms could cause chaotic Thanksgiving travel for parts of the U.S. The first system could bring heavy rain to Texas and parts of the Southeast this weekend. Then midweek, a cold front could bring snow to parts of the Midwest and rain to the Northeast. Jen Sullivan has details on what travelers can expect.
Airports across the country are bracing for the busy holiday season. The FAA is predicting this to be the busiest Thanksgiving travel period in 15 years.
As we go into the holiday, it's going to be full. It's going to be packed. The airlines are ready. The air traffic controllers are back.
Tuesday is expected to be the peak travel day with more than 52,000 flights. But the weather could cause major disruptions in parts of the country.
From this weekend into early next week, there's one system and then another system moving in.
A large portion of the country could see rain this weekend, with the worst hitting parts of Texas and the southern plains. The second system bringing a cold front, where rain could turn to snow in some areas like Minneapolis as early as Tuesday. This comes as AAA expects a record-breaking 82 million people to travel 50 miles or more next week, with at least 73 million on the roads.
You should not be driving in inclement weather.
AAA spokesperson Aixa Diaz says even a little bad weather can cause delays on roads as drivers hit the brakes. If you are driving, AAA says some of the worst times to travel are Tuesday between noon and 9 p.m., Wednesday between 11 a.m. and 8 p.m., and Sunday between 11 a.m. and 8 p.m.
Jen Sullivan, WTOL 11+.
Well, here at home, we're going to be feeling some of those wet weather impacts, especially on Tuesday. I'm going to be breaking the timeline of that storm system coming up in just a bit. The beautiful sunshine continues tomorrow, and Sunday is going to be an ideal day to hang up those holiday decorations and Christmas lights, with temperatures that'll be a little warmer, climbing up into the 50s, although it is going to be a little breezy with winds out of the west-northwest between about 10 to 20 miles an hour. Over the course of your Saturday evening, temperatures have generally been right around that 40-degree mark. That was a fairly comfortable day today. Hope you enjoyed the sunshine, and it is going to be warmer tomorrow. Now, there is a very weak cold front knocking on our doorstep, and it is producing a couple sprinkles in central and western Michigan, although due to how low the humidity levels are, I'm not expecting any widespread rain, although a little bit more cloud cover is expected. Anything other than a sprinkle is not likely. So in other words, no need to pack that umbrella, maybe a little bit of light drizzle, but that's about it from that system. Now, tomorrow's forecast quickly turning sunny, mainly sunny skies after a little bit of morning cloud cover. Highs are going to be in the lower 50s and a little bit breezy with those winds between 10 to 20 miles an hour, and west-northwest wind directions are expected. So the hour-by-hour temperature breakdown, we're looking at morning lows that are going to be in the 30s, and those afternoon highs are going to be a good deal milder. We're expected to climb up into the low to mid 50s for your Sunday afternoon. So one of the warmest remaining days of the entire forecast period. So Sunday and Monday, sunshine and cooler conditions are expected. Overall, it is going to be at least nice to get 48 hours of dry weather. Our next storm system is going to be coming in on Tuesday, and that's going to bring us some widespread and soaking rain showers. And this storm system is going to usher in a much colder breeze with the chance for a few snow flurries arriving by Thanksgiving Day. So the hour-by-hour breakdown, as mentioned, there could be some holiday travel impacts for much of the region as low pressure rolls into the Great Lakes. Initially, this storm system is going to be moving from Texas, and it's going to be bringing us rainfall on Tuesday. Now, by Tuesday evening, we could get a little bit of dry weather. However, Wednesday, a strong cold front sweeps through, and another burst of showers is going to be possible, as well as a chillier west wind. Now, behind that cold front, a big